welcome to my kitchen. Today is January 4th. I stopped at the grocery store after church this morning and I found pork tenderloin on sale. It was like $1.50 a pound, so I grabbed, they only had a few packs left, so I grabbed them. And today we are going to can the tenderloin down so that we will have some more shelf-stable meat. Let's get started. I have washed, I almost said washed, you can tell I'm from down south, washed my tenderloin. I'm going to trim it up just a little bit, cut some of this fat off. I've got my canner warming up with water and some white vinegar in there. And I'm warming up a little bit of just purified water. I don't really want to dry can these. You can dry can them, but I like just a little bit extra liquid, and the meat will produce liquid when you can it. Some. And with meat, you are going to want, if you're canning quarts, you're going to want to do 90 minutes. I'm doing pints, so I'm going to be doing 75 minutes. I just want to take a little bit of this fat off. And I'll divide that between the cats and the dogs later, give them a little treat, especially with this cold weather we've been having, all this snow outside. But yeah, all of their pork from New Year's that didn't sell is on sale right now, if there's any left. Which I got what I could get. There wasn't a whole lot left. So I got 3 packs. And each pack contains 2 about this size. So I got a decent amount of meat here. And I could have just thrown it in the freezer, but I'm trying to conserve a little bit of freezer space. And I like having canned meat. It's very quick. You can pull a meal together quickly if it's already canned, because it's cooked. It cooks in the canning process. So, all right, I'm going to get all this trimmed up and then get ready to put it in my jars. I've got 8 pint jars full of meat, and I packed them pretty full. Now I'm going to take a little bit of salt and put in the top of each jar, just a pinch. I don't want to over salt the meat, just put a little bit in there to give flavoring and seasoning. I'll throw it in there. Okay. Right, I just had a little bit on my hands I need to brush off. Now I'm going to I warmed up some water, and I'm just going to fill the jars a little bit. I'm not going to fill it all the way full because the meat will make its own liquid. I'm going to fill it about half full. And you're going to want to take something, I use a butter knife, and just kind of go down in between the meat, so that you can make sure the liquid gets down in there and you're debubbling. And after I do that, I may add a little more water. I'm not sure. I'll just have to look and see. I can hear this bubbling pretty well. All right, let me grab, you know me, I had to forget something. Gonna grab a butter knife and just kind of go down in. Okay, I'll show you on this one. Just kind of go down in and go down through. See how it's about half full of liquid? That's about where I want it. these jars I may add a tiny bit more. That one will need a little more. That one will need a little more. That one's good. Sure, you get down in here and debubble really well. Right. These two I just want to add a little bit more to. I've got my plats in warm water. Now I've got to grab my vinegar so I can clean my rims. I'll be right back. Now you're going to want to take a paper towel and some white vinegar. Just get some on there. And go around each jar. This just ensures that there's nothing sticky, no juices, none of the meat or the liquid or salt on here. It helps ensure a better seal. Okay, I don't know if you can see, there's salt right here on the edge of this. So I'm just going to clean that. Now this meat will process for 75 minutes at 10 pounds of pressure. Check, double check what pressure you need for canning where you're at. And like I said, if these were quart jars, I would do them 95 minutes. This water's just slightly warm, it's not hot. Shake the excess water off. Place your flats. And I have 6 wide mouth and 2 regular. Okay, so now we've got our rings. Fingertip. You don't want them tighter than that. And before you start canning, inspect all of your rings. Make sure they're rust free. And if they want to screw on. Okay, some of these. Okay, there. I just had it a little crooked, that's all. If you properly clean your rings after canning, they can be stored and reused for years. It's just when they start showing rust inside or even on the outside, I just get rid of them. You can recycle them or, put them in your trash for your non-burnable and get rid of them. All right, I'm going to get these in the canner and then I will bring it up to steam. And once it comes up to steam, I'll let it steam for 10 minutes, at which point I will put my weight on there and start my timer. After, I'll put my weight on there and I'll let it start to dance, and then I'll start my timer for 75 minutes. Get all of these in here. Let's see, I might have to do a little shuffling. They're all gonna fit. I wasn't sure if they were all gonna fit because, like I said, I have 6 wide mouth. All right, these are in. I'm going to put my lid on and bring it up to steam. We have steam. I'm going to start my 10-minute timer. My timer has gone off. It's time to place. Let me get my, I only need 10 pounds of weight, and these are each 5 pounds pressure each. So that's 5 pounds, and this one's 5 pounds. Now, when this starts to jiggle, I will start my timer for 75 minutes. It shouldn't take it long. See how she's ever so slightly starting to jiggle? My son calls this the dancing lady. It is now time to set the timer for 75 minutes. My timer just went off. I turned the stove off. We're going to let it cool down. Come back down to room pressure, and then I will remove the jars. Thanks for joining me today, and happy canning.